Hey everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your movie and TV news and reviews. This is episode 57 of the Cross Media Show, and today's topic is our Lightyear review. But before we get into our discussion, if you're listening on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps with the algorithms and helps us grow our audience. If you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notifications for all of our shows, like the Penultimate Game Show, the Marvel Mondays Initiative, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means you have one free sub to give out. And so help me God, if you don't give it to us, Zerg is coming for you all. That's neither here nor there. If not, don't worry about it. That's quite all right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruben, the director of this channel. And of course, today I am joined by the anime expert of the group, Ryan Smith. Ryan, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good.
You excited?
Yeah. No, I have thoughts on this film.
It doesn't
I have a
sound
lot
like
of
you're excited.
I have a lot of thoughts on.
Okay.
I have two massive things of Disney pins behind me. I love whenever we get to talk Disney.
You just said yeah. You know, like
I'm just.
there's no enthusiasm behind this.
I got thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts on this.
Okay, all right. And of course, the man back from the dead. He's one half of Disney Plus Us. It's Griffin Thennel. Griffin, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I feel like I come around like once every few months, like just remind people like, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm alive. I'm like Buzz in this movie. I pop up every 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
once in a
Fuck,
while.
I should have thought of that one. That was a good
It's
one.
been like 5 minutes for me.
Yeah.
You made it for the PC game showcase. You can do anything.
God. I'm so glad we didn't redo that whole thing all over again. I heard it was pretty bad.
Tell you what, this year I just enjoyed my summer game fest. Hung out, watched it while working. It was great.
You see, we're not going to get too much into this, but I would prefer the E3 schedule where it's all in one weekend or 1 week, as opposed to Summer Games Fest being drawn out by like 4 months. You know,
It was 4 days of content. Ruben.
We're still going though. I'm sure there's stuff at the end of the summer.
Like, hey, we were with Nintendo this morning. There's the Ubisoft.
Nintendo wasn't part of Summer Games Fest. I'm sorry, Bummer Lames Fest. That's just not true. But this isn't a video game podcast. Before we get into it, let's do some housekeeping. Sunday, I got together with Hugo, Panay, and Ryan to talk all about episodes 5 and 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Some people say we actually were just talking shit about Christian, but I swear there's some Star Wars content in there somewhere. So go check it.
There is no mean thing said about Christian in that entire podcast.
That's not true. Okay, just to be clear, everything we said was complete and utter truth. But if you don't believe us, go check it out on our YouTube channel. Yesterday, Christian and I sat down with Roshan from Podcast PXN to talk about last week's Miss Marvel episode, and it was a good time. So that's also up on the YouTube channel and podcast services. So feel free to, let us know what your thoughts are so far for the series. And sometime this week, I'm not sure yet. I have to figure out because work just screwed me over, so I have to figure out when this is going to happen. But we are doing a fundraising stream to help support the abortion funds. We've said it since Friday. America sucks. Body autonomy is not it's not up for debate. It should be a woman's right to choose whether or not what she wants to do with her body. So we're going to be raising some money to help support those funds. And we'll be doing some more of these fundraising streams in July, so stay tuned for more of them. Jesus Christ. The Penultimate Games crew is going to be recapping that Nintendo Direct Mini that happened this morning. Tomorrow. So we're going to be recapping this tomorrow. So I heard it wasn't that good, Ryan. Was I wrong?
We'll figure that out.
Okay. All right. That's happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So feel free to stop on by. And as always, please feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on our SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/penultimate conquest. Before we get into the show, Ryan, I kind of already know. I don't think this has changed since Sunday, but what have you been watching?
What have I been watching?
Did you watch that Westworld?
I did not watch Westworld. I've not caught it yet.
Shame.
I haven't heard good things about it, though.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I haven't really been watching much. I've been playing games.
Okay, all right. Cool.
Yeah. It's been a video game week for me.
Okay, cool. Griffin, have you been watching anything recently?
Yes, actually, I've been watching a couple things. I finally caught up on season 2 of The Owl House.
Oh my god, isn't that amazing?
I was just, my jaw was dropped and didn't come up for the rest of the night. The last 4 episodes, just frankly, the entire show, just take your heart out. The crap
Oh, it
out
does.
of
It does.
Put it right back in.
If you love that one, you need to check out Amphibia.
I have seen all of Amphibia. I love Amphibia.
We need to talk about that.
The Outhouse?
We need to talk about that after this.
The Owl House is one of the best shows ever put on Disney Channel, and I will stand by that.
It's an animated show from Disney that is arguably just some of the best television I've seen in the past couple years.
Wow, that's
It's
saying a lot.
fantastic.
Kind of the short version, and this is not going to do the show justice at all. Like, you have to go watch the show to really understand why the show is so special. Is outcast girl named Luz, very much nerdy, very into it, just doesn't like talking about anything other than that stuff. Like, ends up in this fantasy world where just everything's messed up. It's acid rain, it's evil witches, and
It's demons. It's
This is a Disney Plus show? Or
this is Disney Channel.
Disney
proper.
Channel.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's
Arguably, maybe the last
Wonderful.
great piece of animation done by Disney Channel.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
And unfortunately, it is getting canceled.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It said
Just in 2 specials for season 3 because
3 specials.
because of some jerks higher up at Disney Channel.
what a shame. What a shame.
But yeah, the show is amazing and wonderful, and everyone to watch it. Go watch The Owl House.
Okay. Have you been watching anything else?
I mean, I've been watching Marvel, but I'm always watching Marvel. So yeah, nothing else really.
Okay. Well,
Who isn't at this point?
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much. Yesterday I had off, so I had to get had a chance to start watching series 13 of Doctor Who.
I was like, season 13 of what?
And Doctor Who has been getting very weird. Like the villains of this season, I literally can't look at the screen because they're so fucking hideous.
Who's becoming the new Doctor?
The kid from Sex Education, the best friend.
Yes, I remember. It's a really fun pick.
Yeah.
I think that will bring what that show needs to feel fresh again.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think having a younger Doctor will just help.
I'm also excited for the what was it, the 30th anniversary?
30th, more like 60th.
There you go. That's what I said. That's what I meant. Yeah, 60th anniversary.
Yeah, hasn't the show been around forever?
Yeah.
I think it started airing 1961.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
If it's 60, that's about track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's getting weird, but they're doing some cool stuff with Weeping Angels, so I'm here for it.
Ooh, they're back to the Angels.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. But for now, it's time to get into the topic of the show. Guys, what are your thoughts? Actually, let's give some first impressions on Buzz Lightyear. What did we think about this movie? Griffin?
This movie exists.
Okay, me and Griffin are on the same page.
This movie's fine. This movie is fun. This movie's a great time. It's nowhere near the highs I'm used to from Pixar. But god damn if I wasn't laughing the entire way through. Like, this movie's genuinely hilarious to me, and I love that. And there is definitely a couple of like majorly wonderful emotional moments in there.
Okay.
But more, this is just like, this is a low to mid tier Pixar, which is still saying that it's a great movie. Just Pixar, I know Pixar for doing so much better than this movie.
Okay.
That said, Pixar's back in theaters. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Ow.
Ryan.
So I'm a very similar with Griffin. This movie exists. It's a fun time. It's a good film, but it is not a great Pixar film. It's not among the greats that the characters from, nor is it as good as their past two outings, in my opinion. If this is the movie they decide, I get why this is the movie they brought back to theaters with Pixar. This is the one that got the special treatment to be in theaters. It's the biggest name they had, but after things such as Soul and Turning Red and Luca, I wish those were the movies that got a chance to be in theaters because there was some real creative talent behind all those movies, and this one felt just like an episode of Star Trek kind of changed to be a Buzz Lightyear film.
R.I.P. Soul. Am I right? Just left it die.
I do have to say, though, this movie is gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, this movie is stunning to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that is the one moment where it's like Pixar really did step up. Like, Turning
Yeah.
Red and Luca and Soul are all awesome, and like Soul's one of my favorites. And they're all beautiful, but the space scenes in this movie are stunning. And every time they try to go into hyperspeed, it is gorgeous and amazing. And it's just, God, animation tech is so powerful now.
Yeah,
It's
no,
kind
it's
of
insane.
ridiculous where we're at.
It's exciting stuff. Okay. All right. So you guys just found this, as Christian would say, a mid movie.
This
Right,
is a
probably.
mid movie.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah, I
mid.
would say it's pretty mid.
Yeah, pretty mid. Okay. All right. That's kind of upsetting. All right. Because let me just get this out of the way. The premiere date was June 17th, 2022, with a budget of 200 million. A box office so far of 155.9 million. Directed by Angus MacLane, screenplay by Angus MacLane and Jason Headley. I was expecting this movie to be a little more than what it was. I liked it overall. However, like, it didn't hit me quite as hard as a Pixar movie usually does. Usually I'm fucking bawling at the end of this movie. I expected it to hit me, just because the beginning of the movie, it starts off with, this is the film that Andy saw, and I was like, fuck, they're really starting it off with this, But the rest of it kind of like, they glossed over what I felt was one of the most important parts where, and I know I'm getting kind of into it, but
Wait, are you saying that the first third of this movie is the best part of this movie?
yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, just like his friend leaves him a fucking hologram message, and instead of feeling anything for like a good, usually a Pixar moment, you like are sinking into the feeling of being depressed, so to speak, and crying, but like we get that moment, and then 2 seconds later, there's a comedy relief, and I was just like, okay, I guess we're doing this. But yeah, I mean, it was okay, but it's no Toy Story 3, Apparently,
I feel like
Eric.
this movie
It's no Toy Story 4.
Yeah. Apparently,
I
did you
can't even-
That's just insulting to this movie.
did you know that Eric thinks that Toy Story 2 is the worst Toy Story?
Yeah, well,
That's a terrible take.
I mean, I happen to
loves the
agree.
Avengers video game, so like,
Yeah,
don't trust me.
yeah, but like Toy Story 2 is a really bad movie, guys. Let's not.
You stop.
Uh,
No, I feel like
Great
the
film.
expectations were really against the movie. First off, it's Pixar's newest. It's their foray back into theaters, which is already
hype.
so many expectations.
Yeah.
there. It's a franchise based off of Toy Story, which is easily their most popular franchise.
Yeah.
And they're likening this movie in the marketing to Star Wars. they literally said, like, when they were marketing this movie, this is Andy's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they took all of these hype things of like, hey, we're setting the bar ridiculously high for ourselves.
The thing is, I don't know how they missed the mark. Like the trailers for this movie, I thought were pretty like hyped me up. I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, I'm a sucker for any good David Bowie needle drop.
yeah,
Yeah, that song's just not fair.
yeah,
I'm like, all right, you sold me on this movie, Disney. Good needle drop.
yeah. Okay, all right. So we can all agree that this is a mid movie, right? This movie is mid. Sorry, Christian, I keep messing this up.
This movie is funny as hell though. There's some amazing
It is, and
in it.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I think it's all pretty much Taika Waititi.
No, God no.
Yeah.
It sucks. It is all socks.
Oh, it's definitely all socks. You're right. You're right. My apologies.
Taika's character for the most part kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Who is Taika?
He's
He's
the
Bender.
lengthy guy.
Oh, the one who was like just doing this as like a thing to do on Saturdays.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I didn't realize that was Taika.
Yeah, man. This Korg himself, you know?
Okay.
Dude, I do have to shout out one thing about this movie though, is that there is a wonderful running joke in this. So the director's from Portland, which is where I'm from, where Christian and I are both from, and all of the characters' last names are the different bridges in Portland.
That's
Ah,
funny.
So like Hawthorne, Burnside, Steel, all of these are different bridges.
interesting, interesting.
And there was a moment in this movie where it clicked. I was like, wait a second, because Hawthorne and Burnside are like not super common names, like common enough, but
Yeah.
like together they mean something very specific to me. If there was that moment that I clicked, and it clicked with about everybody else in the theater I was in, because we're in Portland, and everyone's dying.
Yeah. Huh. That's
I
pretty cool.
love regional based humor.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fantastic.
I mean, Ryan, with you, it's just sand, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Tatooine. You find Tatooine funny?
I mean, I do. It is my favorite Star Wars planet.
Ugh. Ugh. I can't even laugh at that. That's just. I'm so sorry. It's not. No, we're not getting into this. I will say one thing about this. I am kind of upset that they changed the suits for Space Command. Like those first suits that we see, so badass, so badass, and then they just change it to what the toy looks like, which I get. Like you kind of have to, but like at the same time, like come on, we could have fucking kept
Like-
those suits.
Even like the suit he has throughout the entire movie, and then the final shot, it was like, okay, this just feels dumb. Like I got it. It was a hype moment. Like
Yeah,
when nostalgia hits, the nostalgia will always hit. God, those original, great.
and if I heard correctly, are we getting a TV show out of this? Do we know for a fact?
We don't know anything for sure.
Okay, all right.
It had a
rumor
TV
stuff.
show.
It
It was
had
in
a TV show.
2003, and it was fantastic.
Yeah,
But it's still not on Disney Plus for some stupid reason.
Is it not?
they're
it is
waiting for
not.
this movie. They're waiting for this movie.
No, it's still not out though.
They
It's
gotta-
still not
If it
there.
was for this movie, it would have come out.
Yeah.
No, they would have put that out like a couple of weeks before this movie came
Yeah.
out.
This is
Girl,
what you have to watch. You have to watch.
No,
these
I
specific
want to take
episodes.
a little side tangent here while we talk about that real quick.
Go for it.
To that TV show had the best McDonald's toys. They were little balls with like the characters in them, and they connected together to make a big ship, and it was fantastic. That's a weird, deep memory from my childhood
Okay.
that was just unlocked. That was deep in the brain that just unlocked. I really wanted to get that out there. Now we can go back to this.
Okay. All right.
Slightly controversial statement. The Disney McDonald's toys were always the best.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
that sounds about right. I think they were
I
the
literally
ones
have a Disney McDonald's toy sitting right over here.
What is it? Let's see it.
So they had this collection, and this is my little brother's. This isn't even mine.
Oh, fuck! That's a good toy.
But they made
That
like
is
a collection of these as like a bunch of parade floats.
That's
So you
really-
connect them to each other on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just fun. That's just fun
Now,
for
would-
the whole family.
Would you believe that this took me approximately 2 hours to figure out how this works?
How does it work?
What do you
literally
mean
just
by
push
that?
it. You literally just push it, and it goes up and down. It took me 2 hours to figure that out.
Oh boy. Well, hey, what are you gonna do? You know, sometimes it looks more complicated than it is.
I'm just dumb.
I mean, I beg to differ. Guys, what was your favorite moment of this movie, Ryan?
Oh, my favorite moment of this movie. My favorite moment is probably his last attempt into hyperdrive before crashing back down and it realizing it's been 75 years. Just that whole sequence, the way it was animated, the emotional weight of all that, fantastic. I think that was a great scene. It was awesome. The spaceship they've given him is one of the raddest looking
Oh
spaceships.
yeah, so cool.
But my other thing I wanted to say on it is I have also a favorite running gag in this,
What's that?
which is I love the tentacle just taking people, and that they've even 75 years later have not figured out a way to deal with this thing. It's just a part of everyday life.
Laser shield.
That sometimes it grabs your ankle and someone's going to cut it for you.
Gotta
I
explore
think
really
that
quickly.
was a great little joke running throughout the whole thing.
You hope somebody's gonna cut it for you.
Well,
I feel like you just
someone's
know at
gotta.
that point. Like you know someone's gonna do it because they're so
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
At that point, like maybe the initial part is like, oh my god, I hope someone helps me
Oh,
here.
probably 10 to 15 people were lost in that thing.
It's just a statistic to them now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal the spotlight here for a second. I'm kind of upset that we got the intern for like the first 5 minutes of this movie, and after that he just disappeared. He just vanished.
There was an intern?
Yeah, remember in the beginning?
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
the guy who wasn't very good at his job
Yeah.
that Buzz hated.
He was a
Yeah.
rookie. Like of
Yeah,
course he wasn't good at his
exactly.
job. That was the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
did I say intern? I meant rookie. My apologies.
Intern. This
Same
man is on a non-paid
yeah,
internship.
yeah. I'm
Like
here
an internship where you
forced.
travel
Yeah.
through hyperspeed,
Yeah.
abandon
Were you on
everything you know. For an
cryo freeze
internship.
for a few years?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, if that's what I need to do for an internship these days, I'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the sad thing.
Anything to get off this godforsaken rock, am I right, Ryan?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Griffin, what was the favorite moment of yours of this movie?
It's got to be the montage at the beginning, just like watching him go back up into space over and over and over again, and really seeing Alicia's life every 4 years
Yeah.
was both the most interesting thing to me. I mean, of course, obviously, I'm always ecstatic to see a gay couple on screen, especially in Pixar. I love seeing it. But like, that was the most interesting part to me of this entire movie. And easily, like, what could have had the most emotional weight? I feel like that could have been the entire movie.
Yeah, him
Was
just
just
getting back to
exploring
his
that.
friend.
At the same time, like, if you're really going to explore that, explore what that does to someone, that is far more adult than a Pixar movie is going to go.
Yeah.
Like, I get why they didn't. I get why it's just a montage. So I really enjoy what we got from that. But I also have another running gag that I unequivocally love.
What's that?
It's whenever Fox uses the blow dart.
Ah, that was gonna be mine.
It's the
Yeah.
only time that Fox really changes his.
I bet you
voice
5 minutes.
is-
Also, while we're still right here, I want to bring up the montage moment for a second. It felt like they were trying to do the same thing they did with Up, where they gave me a person's life in 5 minutes, got me to really care, except unlike with Up, where those themes that were put in that beginning bit ran through the entirety of the movie. It felt
Yeah.
like they dropped those themes very quickly for it just to be, oh, I was related to her.
Yeah.
That felt like the only weight, that was the only weight brought to it was, so this one character can be related, and that's how we get here. And she's not as good as her grandmother.
Right.
Yeah, it felt like this thing that was so emotional, so poignant, and like the moment when he enters to that office and it's empty, that does hit.
That hits like a truck.
Yep.
And it is a great moment. It's wonderful. And then it's immediately into what the movie wants to be. And it's very much a tale of like two different kind of movies happening, coinciding with each other.
Mhm.
And it just doesn't really work.
Yeah. crap, I was going to say something and I forgot what it was. Oh, I almost feel like that this movie should have had a better beginning. And I know I said the first third of this movie is the best part, but it almost feels like we should have seen these two like climbing the ranks. We should have seen that
Yeah.
moment with where she sees Buzz and realizes like he's got potential. He sucks now, but he's got potential.
Yeah, it's kind of that thing of it's like I'm not always one. I'm try not to be the one that vouches. Hey, we should make more movies. We should make more sequels. Yada yada yada. This felt like it should have been 2 movies.
Yeah,
Like we could've gotten to the point, up into the point of like them training, them getting stuck, him landing back on there, and Zurg being there,
yeah, yeah,
and then him rebounding with these people and fighting Zurg and winning and accepting this is his life now is a whole nother movie.
yeah. You know, I
It's
love
like
me. Sorry, continue.
at the same time, like I'm saying that, and it still doesn't work.
Yeah,
You really have to pick one or the other, and they're like, oh yeah, we picked both.
yeah,
One of them's just the backstory.
yeah. That's fine. It works. We give it as exposition. It works. Um. So obviously, I guess that answers the question that this movie did not live up to the hype. Unfortunately, right? I guess it's fair to say.
It did not live up to the hype at all for me.
Okay.
I wasn't
think-
going in very hyped though. For
Yeah,
a
same.
franchise movie off a thing that has already been milked dry, I wasn't super enthralled when because what I want out of Pixar, I don't care if Disney gives me sequels and all that, but what I want out of Pixar Studios is unique animated stories that only they can tell. And I feel like I wasn't going to get that out of the sequels and all that kind of thing because other than the Toy Story sequel, the weakest movies in Pixar's catalog are the Cars sequels and Finding Dory. Those
Yeah,
are
Stanley Cars 3 is great.
no, you don't. No, you
Actually do. And I'm not kidding. I have a giant poster over there. It's like as tall as me of Cars 3.
Oh no, Cars 3 is
Say
amazing.
3. 2 sucks. 2 sucks.
2 may be the worst Pixar film.
Wow.
It's fighting the good dinosaur.
No,
Oh,
stop. The Good Dinosaur
the
is a
Good Dinosaur
good
has
movie.
good moments.
No.
It has
least-
good moments. It has good moments.
At least Cars 2 makes me feel something.
Nah,
didn't
you're
feel anything.
crazy.
Great shit,
You're
but at
crazy.
least it makes me feel something. Good Dinosaur doesn't
Oh.
make me feel anything.
You're
No,
insane.
Good Dinosaur has one of the most intense drowning scenes.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
care when I watch that movie. I'm sorry.
You're a monster. Like
It's a Western.
at least Good Dinosaur made me cry. Like
I don't care if it's a
good
Western. That
cry.
doesn't make it any better.
It's
it's
just a
good
fun
movie.
idea,
It's just-
though.
It's just a good movie. It's just a good movie. I won't
But
say
yeah, no, that was the other thing about this movie is it never made me feel more than surface level emotions than for that montage.
yeah.
That montage got me to feel emotion, but anything else that happened in it made me feel the same way watching pretty much any typical run of the mill sci-fi fair action movie. Where I'm
How'd
like,
you guys
oh,
feel-
okay, this happens. The beat, the rookies are getting better. We're learning their skills, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the spacewalk scene? When Izzy has to go into space? 'Cause I actually really liked it.
Yeah, it was
Oh, it was good.
it was a good moment that they were building up to. It let her face her fears, but at the same time, we almost lost socks. Like don't fuck with the cat.
I feel like that was the closest that the back half of this movie got to like that Pixar moment that we expect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like I feel like most of this really rode on nostalgia, but like at the same time, watching Buzz like kind of slowly put together what we understand to be Buzz's power set of like the
Yeah.
wrist laser and
Yeah.
the wings and whatnot was still really fun to see.
yeah,
But I think that was more nostalgia fueled than it was
yep,
good storytelling.
yep. And usually I can't tell the difference between good storytelling and nostalgia feeling. But like this movie, I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. He's putting on the lasers. Next, we're gonna see the wings, and then they're gonna fucking put it all together in one final.
And it
suit.
will be in the color scheme.
Yeah, unfortunately. But like, come on, that badass suit in the beginning. Fuck.
At the same time, though, I like that we got a reason for why his wings flash red.
Yeah.
It's because they're in the eject seat.
Yeah.
Or at least designed off of that. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but these were
Also-
not the questions I had about Buzz Lightyear.
Do you have any? I literally had 0 questions about Buzz Lightyear. I did
That's
not
fair.
care.
I had absolutely no questions for Buzz.
I would say, they also blink red lights. The blinking red lights is because, like, the space is pretty dark, Like, you need something to tell people you're there, I guess.
Well, who's else is out there?
If you're fucking lost, Space Command has to go find you,
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. There was one thing that I was expecting, and I'm glad that they didn't do it. The Zurg twist. It, thanks to fucking Toy Story 2. Unbelievable.
Your father.
Yeah. I was really expecting Buzz's father to be Zurg, and I'm glad that it wasn't, but I'm also mad that it was himself.
Now,
I love.
I hated that. That was probably my least favorite thing about the movie.
I love that for the story of like what they were telling here with this, because they still have a really good moral of the story of hey, like it's the moral of this is Buzz's like quest for trying to find some importance to himself, and it's like oh no, it's been there the whole time. You just have to live your life and move past the mistakes you've made.
Yeah.
And I think for that, it works great because you see this old Buzz fully consumed by
Oh, he's
this
got to get
one
back.
mistake.
Yeah.
And I really love that moment with Socks of like you do have that funny moment of I bought you 5 minutes, but then he's like, I like this new you. Like
Yeah.
you have so much more optimism. You're so much happier. And like for me, that it hits so well of like what they were trying to do with this. Like it's still not great, but it's better than the alternative of whatever that would be.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is I would have liked to have learned more of how he got to like the exposition on the spaceship that he found, the robots that he found. Like they just say
Oh, yeah, I
Zurg.
agreed there.
Like,
What, you don't love that the robot mech suit was just there?
no, I don't
It was
love
just
that
there
because
in the future.
why was it just there? Is the question.
Look, I will suspend my belief for a lot of things for Pixar, but even that's a little too far.
Yeah, it was just like maybe if it was Buzz's kid, no, that also wouldn't have worked. Maybe if it was the fucking rookie, that would have
See,
been cool.
that would have might have been interesting.
Yeah, that would have been
Now
cool.
that's a fun idea. I like that one.
Yeah, but again, you have to give
That's
the
what I was
exposition like, hey, because of you, like I turned into like this engineer and I've made all these robots and we've come to exact our revenge on Buzz Lightyear.
Also,
Fuck, I just write a fucking Pixar movie?
You wrote the sequel. You just wrote the sequel.
so
Fuck.
with this movie, in the beginning, with the casting of Chris Evans to be Buzz, I was like, okay, they're doing this because Disney doesn't want to have anything to do with Tim Allen. I get that.
Fair.
But then they brought him back for Santa Claus, and I'm like, why don't just
Pixar
have him
doesn't have
fucking do it then?
You know what it is?
That's
It's because Pixar is like, no, we're not having Tim Allen back again. But
Which,
like,
frankly,
I stand by. He should have been the voice of old Buzz.
he should have been
Other
the voice
Buzz.
of old Buzz. I agree. That would have been nice.
gonna
I
be
think
honest.
that would have been a really fun time with it.
any project that doesn't have in it makes it automatically better to me. So I'm like all for him not being in this movie.
I can't believe they're bringing him back for Santa Claus. I can't believe they're
Hey,
doing
listen.
How the
that.
hell are they even making that?
I
Yeah,
don't
and I'm
know.
like, why?
But his show they realized it was a hit and they let him go, so they had to bring him back. Did you guys have any not concerns, but like anything else to say about the Zurg twist? Fuck, man, I gotta write this down. I gotta fucking talk to the head of Pixar.
I think it's Zurg was a thing. I've had a lot of really great ideas. Like I do really like looking back on it, this whole thing of like, oh, we really don't know what the robots were for.
Yeah.
Like, we just know that they were there and kind of attacking. They weren't even fully attacking. They were just looking for
They were just like a
buzz.
nuisance. They were like,
Yes.
Yeah.
they felt like Mega Man enemies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The
In the
vines were
sense-
literally more of a threat than the robots were.
Yeah.
Also, the one that they thought they killed, the first one, and he just kept on following them, and at the end he gets shot in the head. I would have preferred it to be like, here's a message, or like anything. Take off the helmet, and it's actually a person. You know, the
I
fucking
will
rookie.
also say, the just from the tech ideas that they had, the whole press the button takes you back to the ship.
Mhm.
It's actually really cool. I really loved that.
Yeah.
I love that they really thought through that tech, both in terms of like what the story's going to do, as well as some of the comedic jokes with it. Like they totally do the double portal gun
Yep.
thing with it, which is great.
Very cool. Very
Or
cool.
they have the moment when like the giant ship just crushes all the robots that they sent. Like they really do play with that, and they do that very well.
I will also say, I think. Oh shit! I lost what I was gonna say. Oh, another enemy that we could have had without Zurg being in this, the fucking aliens, three-eyed aliens.
Yeah, no aliens.
No aliens.
I really thought they were going to appear in this.
Yeah, I would have.
So did I.
It would have brought it all back to the claw, you know, or something.
I personally was hoping what they do with them would they have a short before this played.
That would have been cool.
I was expecting a short before this. I'm surprised I didn't get one.
When I heard there was going to be a post-credit scene to this, which Jesus, there was 3 of them.
Wait,
thought
there were
for
3 of them?
There were 3
Yes.
post-credits to this.
What's the third one? I left after the second
The
one.
third one was
Fucker.
probably the best one.
Zurg is still alive. That's it. That was the final
Okay.
one. But I thought for sure one of those post-credit scenes was going to be the aliens,
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah, they're working for Star
Or-
Command.
or even just like they're on their first adventure, right? And they come across like a flying saucer, and it's the alien. Like something dumb and stupid, because that's the level you need for those little green guys. Like I love them, but
Yeah.
that's the level of joke that you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And that way, when you come into the next one, like we can actually see Star Command have their whole like satellite base that we have in Buzz Lightyear Star Command. We can actually have a lot more fun with that. Like they're
Yeah.
there running things. We can actually be more alien with it.
Yep.
Now, hear me out on this. What if when Zurg opened up, it was just like 4 of them, just in there chilling?
I love it. I love it.
You have 4 of them. One, I would say probably 5, maybe. Just one as the head, one controlling.
Yeah,
the
yeah, they
arm.
Voltroned it.
Yeah, yeah. That would have been cool.
Just one thing. I want our little green aliens. Like that is.
Especially in
can
this
see-
art style. Come on, could you imagine how?
I would
cool
have
it
loved
is?
that because that would have inevitably led to some sort of situation like Doug Days on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
which is just a series of shorts about them. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen Doug Days, go watch them. They are
It's really fun. They're great.
They're
little
really cute.
Time pieces. Yeah, they're fun.
Real good. Real good. I mean, I guess before we get into the end of this discussion, like, would you like to see more of these movies? Like a Woody movie, a Slinky movie? Fucking sign me up for that, baby.
I'm good without them. I mean, let's
Okay.
be honest here. All 4 Toy Story movies are about Woody.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like he's
Yeah.
the main character. That Buzz is there, but he's not the main character.
Yeah.
He never was. And that's
No,
why
the
Toy
only
Story
one.
4
I mean, I would say
is
in Toy Story 1, he is a main character, and the rest of them I'd say he's a supporting character.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I also don't think we really need any more about those characters. Like even like talking about Woody, like we already have Woody's Roundup. We already know where that character is from.
Now, hear me out on this. I don't know enough about Ham.
I was
I
just gonna
think
say, I thought you were gonna go
He's
in.
he's an underrated character.
Yeah.
What the pink piggy bank?
Yeah.
You could have him played by John Hamm.
Wow.
There's a lot you could do
You
there.
brought me back. You brought me back.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that would have been awesome. That would be awesome. I'm here for it. I'll take that. I also could see them just pulling off a Rex movie, but it's just Jurassic Park in animation, and then instead of the T-Rex, it's just Rex. You know,
That's
fucking do it. And it's just him, rawr, you know. Um,
In
I
all honesty,
go for it.
I think this has proven to me that I like significantly more when Pixar does new stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like you don't need to go back to these old franchises. Like Pixar used to have a general rule. I don't know if they still have it. Of we want our movies to be designed in such a way that a sequel is available. And they very much did this on purpose because that's a marketing technique. That's what sells. Like
right.
sequels will always sell because people, to some extent, understand what they're going to get.
Hmm.
I think this is kind of proving that, at least in the last few years of what we've seen from Pixar, people are really coming around to the new stuff, and we're seeing like Turning Red is really the best example of like, Turning Red is not going to have box office numbers because it was a Disney Plus movie,
Yeah,
but the word of mouth around it was amazing.
yeah,
Everyone was talking about this movie, and the same goes for Luca and for Soul. Soul the least there because it was very early on with what they were doing here. Most of the conversation was about Pixar being on Disney Plus. But I can totally see them being like, okay, we tried this, didn't necessarily work. I can't wait to see what this director does next with Pixar, though.
I,
yeah.
I
But I
would
can
even
see them
throw
going
it
original.
I would even throw it back to before, like, even the COVID era, like, even, well, it's early COVID era, but, like, Onward, where all those stories from Onward to Turning Red feel contained. There doesn't really feel like a need for a sequel, and they were all very unique in their own ways. This felt like it was skirting the line of nostalgia factor and paying homage to a genre to make up for a lackluster story.
Huh. So, fun fact: the reason why we got this was because he was a partial director for Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I believe
That's
he also
interesting.
did Toy Story of Terror
Yes.
and
Oh, he did like
Tiny
the
Tots.
stuff that was on ABC Family.
Yes,
Yeah, he
he
did like the
did.
bunch of the Toy Story shorts, which are really good.
They
Yeah,
are the one where they meet the He-Man action figures. That one's really fun.
The
yeah.
Dinosaur He-Man
Yeah,
guys. Yeah, that one was really great.
And funny enough, Griffin, he was a co-director for Finding Dory. So I guess that's why you like this movie so much.
I don't like Finding
I know,
Dory.
I know. Oh, I
That's not true. I
confused
don't
it for
dislike
Cars
Finding
too. I confused it with
Dory.
Cars.
Again, I don't like Cars 2. I like Cars 3.
no,
That's what I.
Cars 3 has more emotional weight than this movie, and I
I
Cars 3 is a
stand by
top
that.
tier. Cars 3 is a top tier Pixar movie
just see
for me.
Lightning McQueen just come out of the rubble. Kerchow. I haven't
Well, that
seen
movie's
Cars
not
2.
about Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen is just having an existential midlife crisis during the entire movie.
What
That's
Lightning
now?
McQueen had
I
a
haven't
near-death
seen
experience and then having a midlife crisis.
Kerchow. That's it. That's all I know. I haven't seen any of the Cars. No, that's not true.
the
I've
fact
seen.
that it's a Disney movie that goes from near death to midlife crisis.
Yeah.
It's kind of great.
Um, I mean, this is all I have. I guess I had one more question. Did it live up to the hype of Toy Story? But we kind of like went into that, and it did not. So, do you guys have any questions that you want to ask?
I
Right?
got one more bit that I want to shout out just because it was another one where I was dying of laughter.
Yeah.
I love at the beginning when he's like explaining to the rookie what it means to be a space ranger,
Mm-hmm.
and Hawthorne just plays the music behind him. Very reminiscent of that, like that moment in Toy Story 2 where he's like standing in front of the American flag, or they even were able to reference the cones, which I really appreciated.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like this movie definitely knows where it came from, and
Oh,
does
100%.
it does a very good job at paying homage to that. So it gets a lot of credit for me for that because that's really what it needed to do.
Yeah.
There was a There was one nostalgia pop that I was hoping for that they didn't give us actually, but I was so expecting it. Which was at some point he was gonna go, I'm not flying, I'm falling with style. I was expecting
Oh,
that throughout the entire thing.
I feel like that would have been too much. I would have
When
been
we
like, well, come on. You
when
already.
we get when he says not today's Emperor Zurg, it's just
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. I also will like to say that I did like him narrating the mission logs. That was
Oh, those were
just-
great.
Yeah, that was really really good. I guess this. Anything else, guys?
I got one more thing,
Okay.
kind of related to the movie mostly.
Go for it.
Have you guys seen the dude that's like in the marketing that's being Buzz Lightyear at the Disney parks?
No.
Yes, I have.
This dude is insanely hot. That is all I need to say. This dude is ridiculously hot, and they knew what they were doing. That's all.
Oh, they 100% knew. They knew.
I got Ruben looking this up right now. I know I do.
Yeah.
This dude was this guy is so good looking that they put up a TikTok video with him, and they had to take it down for all of the thirst comments.
Jesus.
They were so funny too.
Fans forced Disney to remove Lightyear TikTok.
Like it's so good.
This
It's
guy's
like-
a
and I'm very
fucking
much-
action figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm very much for people of like, hey, yes, if you're going to the Disney parks, don't harass the character actors. Like they're just doing their job. Be nice
Right.
to them. Don't be a douche. God damn, dude.
Okay. All right. So I guess this is just we're gonna rate this movie, guys. 1 out of 10. What do we rate this? Griffin.
I'd give you probably like a 6.5, 7.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
It's still a good movie. It's just
Not their best. Yeah. Ryan.
It's got a strong 6 from Ryan Smith.
Wow. I'm gonna go with. I'd have to go with a 7, just because it did disappoint, but like I'm kind of glad that we got it. You know, just because the like I said, the art style of the realism in this art of animation is just really really good.
I have one more thing I want to say before you close this out.
Go for it.
And that is, I don't know if this trailer played before, probably played before your guys are showing as well. The next Disney movie that's coming out in November this year. That is,
Oh, that fucking
World.
crazy ass movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that looks
is it
so good.
Forbidden Land?
Something like Strange World. That's what it is.
Strange
Yeah,
World.
That's fucking sick.
That
That
looks
looks
dope.
insane.
Yeah.
Looks
I'm
really
excited
cool.
for
I
that
can't
one.
wait.
That's more of the space vibes I wanted out of this.
I feel like we're getting that thing of like, it used to be very much like Pixar is the cream of the crop for Disney. But like Disney proper is pumping out bangers right
Bangers.
now.
Yeah.
They haven't missed in a couple movies.
I would argue they haven't missed since putting out Tangled.
I would argue they haven't missed since putting out fuck the other one.
What,
The
Frozen?
no.
Princess and the-
Well, yeah, but like after that. Fuck. The one where she's wants to be an archer and she's a
Oh, Brave?
yeah.
That's a
there you go.
Pixar film.
That's a Pixar movie.
Oh wow! So I would. All right, then never mind. Oof. So I did the math, and we're gonna give this movie a 6.5 out of 10, which is very
Wow,
mid,
my
Christian. Very mid. Final thoughts, guys.
This movie.
Yeah.
Go see this movie. This movie's definitely still worth going and watching in the theater. Just have the right expectations going in.
Yeah. I took my nephews to go see this movie, and they had a hell of a time. And now
Kids are gonna love it.
I've decided to end every interaction with my youngest nephew with To Infinity and Beyond. It's fucking really.
That's
really-
lovely. That warms my soul.
Yeah. It's
That
really-
warms my soul more than this movie did.
Cold, jaded soul.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Ryan, final thoughts.
Final thoughts is, yes, I definitely recommend going to go see this in theaters. Just for how pretty this animation is. It's worth seeing on the big screen. And it's not the best out of Pixar. It's definitely not the worst, but it's not the best. And I'm excited to see what's next for Pixar.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm also kind of excited to see what's next for Disney for Pixar. Do we actually know what's next for Pixar?
They've announced what their next couple movies are. One's about like I forget the name of it, but it's like a fire person and a water person falling in love.
Oh yeah,
Like a Romeo and Juliet kind of style movie.
right.
Past that, I'm not sure.
We'll probably get it at D23 this year.
yeah, I would expect to hear pretty soon what we're going to get.
Okay. All right. With that being said, Griffin, where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at GriffyDPad. That's GriffIDPAD. But more importantly than that, you can find the show I do every week called Disney Plus Us over at D Plus Us on Twitter or Disney Plus Us on podcast services. Where we are currently going through Miss Marvel. We just finished talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're talking about pretty much anything that comes out weekly, as well as doing every other week episodes about movies and whatnot. We will be reacting to Thor: Love and Thunder. So after you catch it over here, go check ours out as well. That's right. I will promote anyone and anyone's.
Hey, man, I'm not saying anything. Continue. I'm liking it.
More than anything, though, if you are in need and searching for things, we are kind of consistently promoting a link out right now, abortionfinder.org. I will continue supporting this. So, like, if you need it, this is a great resource. I think it also has some charity stuff on there. I haven't looked at it in a little bit, though, since I had posted it on our stuff. So I'm not entirely sure, but it is a wonderful resource.
Yeah. I mean, I've just been using the link that Kind of Funny's been using. That's going to be...
That's a really good one, too.
Yeah. That's going to be in the chat right now, and I'll also put it in the description for this video. Ryan, where can people find you?
People can find me at Ryan the Lion 3055 on Twitter, and of course, for all the things going on, donate, do what you can in the local community at a local level. That's really where this will be most important and most valuable. And just fuck the whole situation going on, but definitely try and help out where you can.
Yeah. Of course, you can find me here. The rest of the shows for the week. I'm gonna see how. I'm curious to see. Jesus Christ! Hold on, 1 second. It just froze.
Frozen. I don't know if I'm frozen for you or just...
I am also frozen. The only person that's not frozen is Ryan.
Ryan, I need you to do a little dance for me.
I'm moving. I'm grooving.
Okay, hold on. That's weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's fine. It's fine. You could find me on sorry, I'm all over the place. Lane is going to be hosting Penultimate Games this week. I love that Ryan's just trying to stay frozen too. Lane is going to be hosting Penultimate Games show this week. So strap in for that. It's going to be a hell of a time. And yeah, like I said, we'll continue to... Well, we're going to start the fundraising streams this week. I just don't know when. Yeah, stay tuned for that, I guess. With that being said, until the next conquest, have a good night.